learned friends, and particularly the chief guest of today's function, the 6th Parliament of Science, Religion and Philosophy, being held on 2nd October, the birth 151st.
सर माननीय राज्यपाल जी आ गई हैं और वो आपको नमस्ते कर रही हैं सर, सभी पार्टिसिपेंट्स को
नमस्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते
नमस्कार
मैडम,
प्रणाम
जी अनुसुया जी, and the Honorable Minister, Mr. Arjun ji. It has been a good fortune for all of us, Madam, Your Excellency, that you are here to bless this very great, unique occasion of the 6th World Parliament of Science, Religion and Philosophy. Madam, for your information, I am reminded of the first Parliament, the first World Philosophers Meet, which was held on 24th of November 1996, which was the 700th anniversary of Sanjeevan Samadhi of Dhaneshwara. And I still remember that time we had about 700 delegates from all world participating on this unique occasion of the role of science and role of spirituality combined with what philosophy stands for. It has been a long journey. Usually, being an engineering teacher, I still remember that I was quite crazy to understand the very journey from philosophers and Dhaneshwara to Albert Einstein, the Penrose, Schrodinger. So many names can be taken, but I'm very glad to inform you, Madam, Your Excellency, that this has been the very long journey, almost for 30 years or so. And we have been very quite on the right path of following this journey. And finally, this very parliament, which was held in 1996, today, when we are standing on the occasion of the 2nd October, both names I will take, Mahatma Gandhi and Lal Bahadur Shastri ji. We have come to a stage when the world community of scientists, men of religion, men of philosophy, the vice chancellors, the educationists, they have at least started realizing that there is a very important role to be played by the spiritual component of life. Basically, we have been only trying to understand that the entire world is trying to search for the promotion of culture of peace in the whole world. So what is the pathway, the main journey? Pathway, how to find the pathway? You know that today we are talking on the background of this coronavirus. The Honorable Minister spoke very elaborately on this issue. I'm very happy that he spoke about the education policy, what system of education we need for the whole world community, and where is the missing component, why there is something wrong. I don't want to blame something like this, but coronavirus or the COVID-19 epidemic, which has created a horrifying silence world over. All the churches, the temples, the mosques, even Makkah, Medina, has got completely closed down. We have been helpless. The simple reason is that who is responsible? Who is the commander? Who gave this command to the entire world? And the entire world, like the biggest nation, the Security Council members, United Nations, who have been trying to be, they should be on their duty to help the poor and the needy nations. But rather today, you know it very well, that unfortunately, whether it's the America, the Russia, or the Britain, or the Germany, or China, or even India, we have been completely locked down. We are not finding any solution in that sense. Possibly, of course, I should not say, but some solution will come after some time. But basically, there is an error in misusing the science and technology, what you call the modern technology. The issue is when we have been trying to think on the role of science and spiritual component of life, there was a confusion, basically. The people thought that spirituality is something religious. Religion is personal. Whether it is Jesus Christ, Gautam Buddha, Mahavira, you take the name, Guru Nanak, All these are the religions which have been specifically in that area, in that nation. And certainly spiritual component is a component of life itself. Basically, this body, what we are seeing here, madam, the body and the brain. I say again, body and the brain, the intellect. On the other side, we have the soul, the spirit, and the mind. And it is the mind which plays a very horrifying role. Mind and the brain together, put together. Remember, we need to have some training, some mechanism, some system to understand the chemistry of mind. What is the chemistry of mind? And how to change the mindset? I think Rahul very well said one sentence, that the mind is the main game where we need to train. And it is this Mother India which gave the solution in the form of two words, I'm telling you. Yoga, Chitta Vritti Nirodhaha. To change the mindset is the main issue. How to change the mindset? What is the mechanism? What is the school? And there is another word which is called the Om. The Om is a universal word. There are 6,900 languages spoken worldwide. But Om is a universal word. The whole mechanism is same. The tongue, the mouth, and the lips. And you can pronounce this. This Swami Vivekananda has given a very wonderful, unique revelation of what Om stands for. Om is a universal word which is a gift from India, Mother India. The Honorable Minister was speaking very, very wonderfully well on the sides of giving this very meaning, what Mother India has a role to play. And this yoga and the other gift of spiritualism. Let us not confuse ourselves what religion stands for. But from religion, we have to understand that basic essence is spiritual component of life. And as I said to you, madam, this is a scientific component and this is a spiritual component. Put together makes a universal component, universal principle. And I'm very glad to put it for your information, madam, and the minister and the people sitting here, that let me repeat, today when we have published this public dedication ceremony of a book called the Friends, you may believe it or not, below it is written, realization of God, the Almighty, the universal truth, and experiencing peace, world peace. Promoting culture of peace is the main issue on our education system, let me tell you, on this very important occasion. We have to pledge ourselves, let me tell you honestly, that unless you change the whole system of education itself, have an appropriate component of science, technology, and have an appropriate component of spiritual component of life. Let us not have a confusion about what spiritual stands for. Spirituality is a very scientific component of life. Our whole life has to be closer to the Mother Nature, closer to the universe. The entire universe itself is a manifestation of pure intelligence. I say intelligence. It is intelligence. And let me tell you honestly, only briefly, that the greatest scientists like Albert Einstein or Dr. Penrose, Dr. Schrödinger, all great men of science, they have given a message finally. They have said that time has come. On the background of, again, on the background of coronavirus, I'm making this statement, that let us try to realize what is the ultimate reality, the ultimate truth. And it's scientific. And they have said that the time has come that the world, particularly, especially the education, research and innovation people, and the government leaders, they will have to devise a system of education which will certainly having the schools of consciousness. What he has said, start the schools of consciousness, start the schools of spirituality. But along with spirituality and consciousness, we must never forget what science stands for. Science, it's okay, fine. But understand the nature of the whole universe, the humanity and the human being. The very nature of human being, which has to be closer to the Mother Nature. It has to be a part, we have been a part and parcel of the nature itself. If you create a disorder or disharmony with the nature, with your own life, it will cause a problem for you. And that's what we are experiencing in the whole world. The misuse of science, I tell you, misuse, a wrong use of science going to the extreme, horrifying development of the atomic bombs, the neutron bombs, proton bombs, And finally, these chemical weapons or the biological weapon, which has been possibly the error, but it's a mistake of human beings. Whether it's a man-made or natural, the continued discussion. But finally, a solution will have to come, that we will have to use our mechanisms, your system of education, Your Excellency, Madam, that we will have to devise an education system which we in MIT World Peace University, we call this as the MIT World Peace University, because not for fun, with appropriate understanding of what is science and what is spirituality. What is the role of the whole society, the human beings, the human life itself. The development of the holistic peace-loving society is the main game. And possibly, if we can avoid these horrifying dangers which the humanity is facing, is our role. So we call this as a value-based universal education system with an appropriate component, I repeat, with science and spiritual component of life. Possibly that may help to a certain extent, and possibly we will be getting rid of this horrifying danger of the coronavirus or the impending dangers which may occur hereafter. But I pray on this occasion of 2nd October, when we are celebrating this very unique Parliament of Science and Religion and Philosophy, for some cause, for some noble cause, noble vision. And I think, Madam, this will possibly be the duty of ours. So we are taking a pledge on this occasion of the 6th Parliament, starting with 1996 till date. We have been at least now not on the wrong path. We are being blessed by people like you, and we feel sincerely, honestly, very happy that these great messages which are being given because of the World Parliament will certainly help the human race. Thank you, Madam. I'm grateful to you, Honorable Governor and the Honorable Minister, both of you, and also the previous speakers, Mr. Virendra Hegde, Govind Swamiji, and all others. They have helped us in releasing this book and dedicating this for the whole of the human race. Thank you so much. Thank you.